A landmark deal was announced this week to hand a former cattle station back to traditional owners to run as a nature reserve. The federal government and environment groups have spent $13 million on the Northern Territory property. It's hoped the deal will create more jobs training for Indigenous people. Alison Middleton reports.
This is Fish River Station, a 180,000 hectare property on the banks of the Daly River, about 150 kilometres south of Darwin. It's home to a host of rare and threatened animals.
This is rightly described as a real jewel, this one. You've got your pig-nosed turtle. This is the place in Australia where they live. There are other species really hard to find, the northern quoll, well, they've got them here. And then you've got some species, including the magnificent Gouldian finch, beautiful bird that's got habitat here as well.
It is one of those properties that's very highly diverse, and therefore we thought very important to go into the National Reserve System.
There's little evidence today that Fish River was once a pastoral property. It was part of the Tipperary group of cattle stations, but the land was only ever lightly grazed.
Fish River has always been run as part of a larger group of properties, and it was never really developed as a production, a high production part of that group of properties. So it fits quite well with moving into more into the conservation estate.
The federal government, the Nature Conservancy and the Pew Environment Group have bought the station for $13 million. The Indigenous Land Corporation will eventually hand the nature reserve over to traditional owners. It's the first time land to be managed for conservation has been bought to give Aboriginal people the freehold title.
It just all adds up. You've got the people who have been responsible for good management of the land and their ancestors forever, now in a situation of having both the jobs that are performing the management and the ownership structure.
Yeah, that's it. Sure.
Indigenous rangers have the job of managing the land. They're taking stock of weeds and eradicating thousands of feral animals.
Pigs, buffalo. We do have a number of cattle species out there that need to be decreased as well.
This country has always been preserved by the groups that come here and fish and hunt, and hopefully it'll stay this way for a long, long time.
6 rangers have been put to work. It's hoped more jobs will follow.
Hopefully bring a lot of the young people that have ventured away into town looking for work to come back and look after their own country.
Fish River Station is the latest Northern Territory pastoral property to go green. A decade ago, Birds Australia bought New Haven Station in Central Australia for conservation. And earlier this year, RM Williams took over Henbury Station to set up a carbon farm. While the pastoral industry is happy cattle will no longer be run at Fish River, it is worried about any moves to destock more productive properties.
We have to be very careful that we don't reduce and eliminate the critical mass that we have developed through regional parts of the Northern Territory, which employ people, which create that economic generation, by removing livestock from that system.
This truly is a special occasion and one which will...
But for the traditional owners of Fish River Station, the deal does mean jobs and training opportunities. Slaughtering buffalo from the property is providing an immediate source of income. In the future, carbon credits may be sold by removing feral animals and reducing the risk of wildfires with controlled burns.
As they go through the eradication of the ferals program that they're involved with at the moment, that of itself will cause more carbon to be stored in the soil as a whole lot of the undergrowth just starts to come back. Add to that better fire management.
We're in discussions with INPEX in regards to the carbon abatement, particularly offset scheme, which the NLC does with ConocoPhillips for the West Arnhem fire abatement.
Whether Fish River Station is used for carbon farming, eco-tourism or other ventures, the fate of this land is in the hands of its Indigenous owners.
I'd just like to see the younger generation come forward and realising how important it is to look after this piece of land, because it's a nice spot, it's a nice place.